How you doing? Welcome to Wigs and Combat Boots. My name is Teresa, and we're on to wig number 2 from Glam Vigor. Now, these were budget-friendly wigs that I received as part of a collaboration with Glam Vigor, and this particular one now is a short bob. And so I've just gotten it out of the box. I want to show it to you straight out of the box without having done anything to her. She's kind of an ashy brown. Now, short styles aren't normally my gig, but I wanted to give it a shot anyways, because you know what? Sometimes you got to press the boundaries of what you feel is comfortable, just to see what's out there. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put her on, fix her up here. I'm saying fix her up because, you know what, maybe I should show you what I'm fixing up here. These are the hook adjusters that she's got. That's what I'm actually, if you want to say fixing, I'm not really fixing, I'm hooking them up. Since we're gonna go ahead and be putting her on, let's go ahead and take a look under the hood real quick. Why not? Now, just like the other wig that I showed you, this one is also basic cap, so it's got a nice soft velvety forehead part here. Great for folks that have a very sensitive scalp. When I was going through chemo, that was super sensitive. These were the kinds of basic caps that I was looking for because they were super comfortable. Closed wefting at the top there, but it's got lots of air conditioning, so you don't have to worry about overheating when it comes to these caps. And Glam Vigor has a specific description of what these caps are called, so I'm going to read that to you in a little bit. You've got open wefting in the back here, all the way around. You've got these velvety ear tabs that do have metal stays in them, so they will stay in place for you. You've got a velvety extended nape, and then those hook adjusters right there. And I'm going to leave them in the loosest setting because that's what happened with the last wig. I have a 21.5-inch circumference noggin, and these are average sized wigs. The last wig, when I put it on, I didn't change or adjust the hooks at all, and it fit perfectly. So let's see if this one does the same. Again, this is straight out of the box, haven't done anything to her. So while I'm getting her adjusted on my head, her SKU or model name is GBC003. It's called the Youthful Medium Brown with Golden Highlights Short Bob with Bangs. And it's a synthetic wig. You saw it had the basic cap, so there really isn't any kind of illusion of scalp anywhere, so you can part anywhere you want to. These fibers are super soft. They're a lot longer than the Pixie that I just reviewed, so I can really feel these fibers a lot better. Again, basic cap. And that cap that I was trying to describe to you, the description's actually called a cool comfort cap, okay? So it's a cool lightweight cap while memorizing and molding itself to the contours of the head, and it's meant to give all day and all night comfort, basically. The fibers themselves, they do feel just like hair. They don't feel like doll hair. They don't shine like doll hair. They don't look like doll hair. It's Japanese Kankelon synthetic hair fiber, so it mimics fine hair, basically, fine human hair. It's a proprietary blend, it says here, of synthetic fibers that perfectly replicate the density, feel, and look of fine human hair. This fiber can be straightened or curled, so it is heat friendly, just like the other wig that I showed you. And they recommend to keep the temperatures between 275 and 300 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just messing with the ear to keep the ear stays at my temple, or at my ear tier. Now the weight, they've got that as 120 grams on the website. When I converted that over to ounces, it's about 4.2 ounces, so it's still quite light. It's a bit heavier than the short Pixie, but it's still definitely light on the spectrum. This is something that I could foresee if you're not, even if you are extremely weight sensitive on your scalp, that you could still wear this all day if you were to go to work, or you had an all-day gig that you had to do. Maybe you had plans with friends or family and you're worried it would be too heavy. I don't think this would be too heavy, and it does feel quite lightweight, and it does feel quite breathable. I do feel permatease for sure. As a matter of fact, I saw the permatease when I was taking it out of the box and bag, but that's more for the shape and of the style, and I don't think that it's going to make any huge difference in terms of people, you know, saying, "Oh, that's a wig." No, I don't think so. Now I'm going to go ahead and take her off and give her a good shake, because I didn't do that yet. I just kind of took her out of the box. And I'm going to go ahead and also comb her out just a little bit, get her all sorts of floofied up, and then we can style her from a floofied up point of view. Yeah, there's definitely in here. It's actually got quite a bit of permatease toward the front there. So that's what's giving a little bit of the lift to, there's some small bangs at the front, but we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Let me just keep combing her through, get her all nice and fluffy. She's probably gonna look a little crazy. She is shedding just a little bit, I gotta be honest with you. But I could foresee this one being just lightweight enough to be able to wear during the summertime, even when it's hot, and still have some air moving around in here. Okay. But yeah, she's shedding just a little bit. Put her back. Oh, the hook adjusters popped off again. So let's put those back on. Alright, there's my hairline. There we go. Now I tend to part my hair to the left because my natural hair, which is just barely growing, I have a bunch of curly Qs and cowlicks on the left-hand side. So my hair naturally parts on the left-hand side. So that's a long time of parting on the left-hand side, which is why I'm kind of partial to it. And that's why I'm doing that to the wig. You notice that it's got the bangs going on. There are no measurements for the bangs, but I will tell you, typically I'm about 4 inches here, so I want to say this is about a 4.5 inch front for some of these shorter layers at the front. This right here, I'm usually about, I want to say 8 inches. So it's a very short bob, but it's definitely longer than a pixie. As a matter of fact, if I had my druthers, which I probably will, because this is definitely a very convenient style, and the color is something I'm a little more comfortable with. The pixie that I did was a warmer color. It was a auburn reddish brown, medium brown, and I'm more towards the cooler colors. I have salt and pepper hair, as you saw, and this ash brown is actually more of a cooler, it leans cool. I'll probably trim in just a little bit shorter on some of these bangs. Not ridiculous, not like straight across, but just a little bit, so that it's not popping in my eyes quite so much like it is like here. The thing is though, is I mean, you can spray some water and you can just kind of push this to the side. And you know what's even better? I know it's straight and all, but these are heat-friendly fibers. So we could go ahead and throw some waves or some curls in here. As a matter of fact, I might end up doing that later on, just to kind of show how it's, just to do some little bit of styling here. You've got a little bit more options because it's a little bit longer than that pixie that I reviewed, and it's nice to have options. Oh, I like this. I do. Now, if you're trying to zhuzh this up, as they like to say, give her more, basically start activating that permatease a little bit more, you could definitely give her a stacked bob look. Absolutely. Oh, she's cute. I like her. I do. You know what? And even without having trimmed the bangs, I like her. So again, she's a basic cap, so you've got that hard cut off right there, but it is soft. For me, this is soft, and I appreciate that. My head is not quite as sensitive as it was when I was going through treatment, but for those of you that are going through treatment or have sensitive scalps, I think you'll appreciate this, especially in a budget bob or a budget wig like this. I do have a lower hairline, but this kind of camouflages it quite nicely. And if I really wanted to, because I do tend to tuck my hair behind my ears, if I couldn't pull this down far enough, I would definitely hit it with a little bit of root spray just to kind of camouflage it, and wouldn't think anything about it. It looks perfectly natural. Now, speaking of natural, the color, this particular color, medium brown with golden highlights. Yeah, it definitely does look like that. Actually lighter than medium brown, but it definitely has golden highlights, and it does look quite believable. And if you wanted to make it even a little more believable, you could definitely throw a little bit more root spray just in here with just a hair darker kind of medium brown. Would definitely do the trick. You don't have to though. I'm just saying if you wanted to, you could. I like her style. This is not a style that I've had before. She's easygoing, she's very light. This is her back, kind of neglected to show that. And again, I showed you earlier where you could zhuzh it up and make it so that's a stacked bob. It was very easy to do that because of the permatease that's back there. The permatease is not in abundance. It's not to the point where you're like, good grief, there's just way too much in here. It's just enough to give the shape and the body to this style. And I have to be honest with you, I'm a little bit more partial to this style than I was to the pixie. But for anybody out there who's curious about pixies, that last video, take a look at it, tell me what you think about it, okay? Very nice. All right, but we go ahead and take a look at this color outside. It's a little windy outside, but that's actually a good way to see how this wig will do. This is the short bob. Oh, she's a cutie pie. Check out the colors. She's great. It's a little overcast today, so you're going to notice that the colors aren't quite as popping, but they are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. So when I was styling her, trying to give her a little bit more lift and a little bit more of the barrel part of the barrel curl, I noticed that there was quite a bit of hair that was coming out. It is a fairly thin wig, so which is great for when you're wearing it in warm weather, but I just wanted to warn you about a little bit of shedding when it comes to combing her through, and then if you are styling her, that you will notice that there is some shedding going on. But in using her with a 300-degree Fahrenheit curling iron, and then using her to, I was trying to get these to weight a little more, which you can see I did a little bit, and and then this I definitely can see has lifted a lot more with the use of the curling iron. But I'll probably play with her some more because I really, of the two wigs, I like this short bob more, and she does have a little bit more in terms of option. And I could also notice the striations of the golden blonde or the golden brown highlights that are in the short bob, which are really, really pretty. So yeah, if you haven't noticed, I do kind of like her. So what do you think, guys? What are your thoughts on this particular bob? Again, she's a budget wig, so she doesn't have a lot of the frills and stuff that you'd see on more expensive wigs, but she is lightweight. She is definitely realistic looking. Permatease, if permatease turns you off, then you probably might not want to look into this. There isn't a whole ton of permatease, but there is enough to give it the shape that it needs. There will be parts where you can probably see that there is permatease in there, but it's not like people are going to be staring at your head going, what the heck is all that in there? So in any case, I just want to let you know I really like this wig, and for the price that it offers, you can't go wrong with it, honestly. It is in contention with a lot of, or not contention, it's direct competition for other low budget wigs that don't normally look this good. So I just wanted to throw this out there. You have an option now, and I wanted to show this to you before you go out and buy things so that you can see what's out there. Give me your thoughts. Throw some of your opinions down in the comment box. I don't mind, and we're all family here anyways. In the meantime, if you got value out of this particular review, if you were curious about Glam Vigor, or if you weren't sure about these short hairstyles, again, short's not my usual thing, but this one right here, this one I'll be wearing, that's for sure. I just need to sell her a little bit more because I want to see what kind of other clothes I can get out of her. But I like her. But it's not necessarily about what I like. I'm just here to show you what I noticed when I was playing with her and giving an honest review. And Glam Vigor knows that. It's a collaboration, and they just wanted to see what my thoughts were on it. And I'm hopeful that they'll take whatever thoughts you guys come back with as well and make these wigs even more better and offer more options too. I'm sure they're going to go over their catalog more. And again, like I said, there's a couple that I want to try to get my hands on in the future. And hopefully I will, so that I can do some more reviews for you. In the meantime, please subscribe. I hope this, like I said, brought some value to you. And if it did, go ahead and subscribe. If you just like listening to me ramble on, I'd like that too, because I can ramble on 4 days. I really can. But I like having you here, and I like being here. And it's one of those things where one of these days, these videos will be long enough that I'll say, hey, you need to go grab a cup of coffee, some wine or something like that, and we're just gonna chill. So in any case, have a great rest of your day. Have an even better tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, I forgot one thing. Hair candy. I know it's the only one I have, but I still wanted to show you the wig with it in. Yep. Just as cute. There you go. You're welcome.